Hi YouTubers, James here and welcome to another video from JJ Model Making. This is the first of a two-part build where I work through the Italeri 1:350 scale USS Ticonderoga CG-46 cruiser. The ship was commissioned in 1983 and served in the US Navy until its decommissioning in 2004. I've already posted an unboxing of the kit, which you can watch by clicking on the link at the top of the screen now. So on with the build.
Hi guys, just a quick update on the Ticonderoga. So I only bought this kit on eBay last week, arrived on Friday, and Saturday night couldn't really help myself and started making it. So it's a two-piece hull design, which I haven't built for quite some time, not since the Airfix Illustrious if I remember correctly. And it goes together quite well. It's quite an old kit, as I mentioned in my unboxing, but so far there's only one bit which is causing me a bit of a pain in the bum, and I'll come on to that in a sec. But basically what I'm going to try and do is sort of like get this all the basic hull glued together, sanded down and filled in where necessary. So there's quite, you can see the seam line here, hopefully it's coming across in the camera, but there's a few marks I need to sort of sand off and make that all nice and smooth and everything, but that's not too much of a problem. But it goes pretty well. It's a pretty decent sized kit. I have to say it's a bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. For a missile cruiser, but I'll show you a bit of a comparison in a sec as to how big it is compared to the big old Enterprise, and we can go from there. And then this is some of the superstructure. So this is the stern, this is where the aircraft, well, the two Seahawks I believe, the helicopters will fit in, and part of the AEGIS radar. So I'm going to try and sort of basically build it up in sub-assemblies. It's always a bit of a challenge having the hull a light grey, the deck a darker grey, and obviously the bottom the anti-fouling red. But to try and work out a way through that, I think I'm going to sort of get the majority of this, apart from the few little add-on bits, the CIWS array and that sort of stuff. So get it all glued together, prime it, paint the sides sky grey, and then put the top, I'm not sure what colour yet exactly, but the deck as it were. And then I'm going to put on some Photoetch. I've got some Photoetch lying around for the railings, so basically put that on and then dry brush it so that I don't have to paint everything about 9 times. This is the bit I was talking about as to being a bit of a pain. The instructions are a bit rubbish in that I accidentally put the inside of the hangar deck too far back towards the stern, so this hangar bay door doesn't fit flush against the side of the back bulkhead, so it took so much super glue and so much Tamiya cement just to get this thing to hold on. I was basically holding it for about 10 minutes just to try and make it fit. It's my fault, but you know, it's not the end of the world, we'll live with it. So yeah, let's have a look to see how big it is compared to some of the other ships. So this is the Tyco sitting on top of basically the landing strip for the Enterprise, and as you can see it basically doesn't even come close to being how big it is. So again, it's only a missile cruiser, not being disrespectful to anyone, but it's not anywhere near as big as an aircraft carrier. But you can see quite easily how big this thing is, so hopefully it should come soon. And then I've got a Spruance destroyer coming, hopefully it should get there in the nenext few days, which should be, I'm roughly guessing, somewhere about here in length, so it's smaller than this. But yeah, coming along. So it's going to carry on with getting the hull sorted, build up superstructure parts, and then put on the first coat of primer once it's all ready to go.
As a side note, I've also joined a few 1:350 warship groups on Facebook and shared pictures of the build. Thank you everyone who's taken the time to look, and especially those of you who left a comment. Hi guys, it's Saturday afternoon. I thought I'd share a quick video with you as I've done some really good progress on the Ticonderoga today. So last night sprayed the light sky grey base coat all over the hull, which is good. And after that added gunship grey to the decks. And then today spent a bit of time weathering it all up. I'm 100% happy with the finish yet, but can keep working on that. Painted in the windows, the AEGIS radar, and then lastly the anti-fouling red, which I'm pleased to say has come out really well. I'm a bit worried about that, but it's looking good so far. So keep on detailing, more detail, a bit of highlighting, a bit of dry brushing, and then onto the decals next, but we're getting there. In part 2 I'm going to cover the Photoetch detailing and the remaining small little bits and bobs before the final reveal. Thanks for watching this, hopefully inspire you to build a Ticonderoga of your own. What I've done is basically use some 1:350 scale Photoetch railings that I've had lying around in the bits box, and managed to add a few bits on the stern here, so you can see the various bits of deck pieces, especially around the stern here. It's all coming along pretty well. I've had a few requests for information come through from how I put on the Photoetch. I use a bit of super glue to tack down the ends and then try and sort of tack it along the bottom. I'm probably still not doing it 100% right, so I'll be very interested to hear in the comments below how you use Photoetch. I've heard using a sewing needle with the eye sort of cut open, as it were, to make a U shape is one good tip. PVA glue, even plastic cements can work sometimes, but there's lots of different ways, and I'm still experimenting, but it's coming along quite nicely. So basically got to finish around the stern here, so I've done most of it, apart from, where does it get to? So I need to do another little bit on the end here. You can see, hopefully, there's my finger. Yeah, I need to finish that bit there. Then along here needs to have more, and then here is the flight deck, as it were. So I'm going to have the railing pointed down to simulate a sort of like a real life helicopter about to take off pose, and then it's the tricky bits. So it's all of this stuff up here that needs doing basically. There's lots to do, so I'll see how far it gets basically, and when I'm happy with it I'll call it a day. And then afterwards it's do a bit of a touch up. You can see I've made a bit of a mess here, and probably have to sort of repaint some of the flight deck again, but that's not too bad. And then it's onto the decals, which you can see the square here, and on the flight deck itself, and then of course the registry markings, but it's coming along, it's nearly there. Hi guys, it's James here, and welcome to my final reveal video of the now complete Italeri 1:350 scale USS Ticonderoga Aegis class destroyer. So I got this kit earlier this year. It's a fantastic kit. It's the first destroyer, sorry, it's the first cruiser kit I've ever built in this scale. The other 1:350 scale ships are aircraft carriers and battleships basically, so this is the first sort of smaller scale ship, but it's still, as you can see, built into a pretty impressive model. So after a bit of a long delay I've managed to finish it all off this morning, and I'm really pleased with it. So let's have a bit of a close-up. So here we are, the decals are nearly completely dry, which is good, and then what I basically added is the Photoetch railings I've used from the spares box. Basically it doesn't come with a kit, but overall it has a really good impact and a good feel to the kit. And then you go the CIWS systems. You can upgrade these obviously with aftermarket parts that I've used on the USS New Jersey kit as well. So it builds up into a pretty impressive model. Here you can see a lot more of the Photoetch that I put on. There's the helipad, the missiles, and the main armament, and CG-47, this is for the Ticonderoga itself. So yeah, pretty impressive kit. All I need to do now is a couple more decals here and there. I did add the red warning stripe around the guns and the missiles earlier today, but the decals that came with the kit are basically sort of completely degraded over time, so they're just pretty much unusable. So I try and paint it by hand, and it was so shocking I might not even show you. So I painted over that, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. I won't tell anyone if you don't. And to give you a bit of sense of scale, so here's the Ticonderoga, and next to it is my USS Coronado Littoral class or Freedom class model. which is a much newer design. The Ticonderoga has obviously been decommissioned now, and the Coronado is the state-of-the-art ship. And you can see it's a lot smaller, but it still has the same sort of impact in the Navy. So there we go. Sorry it took a while to finish, but it's all done now. If you've ever built one of these, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to see some of your work. There's various Facebook groups I'm part of. I'm trying to sort of get some content up on there as well. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up button, or please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from the channel. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a pleasant evening.